going to give you these steps on how to get the best deal and how to get approved for a Tesla. Auto loan rates rejections are going up. So I want to make sure you have all the different steps and even a tip on the Tesla website so you can get approved. So if you just got denied for a Tesla loan, or if you're worried about getting denied for a Tesla loan, then you definitely want to do all these different things before you apply, because Test Calendar posts this. It's insane to me that there's people out there that when they apply for a loan, they don't know if they'll get approved or not. Do the math and ask the questions. We've got a graph here from Bar Chart that says that auto loan application rejections are hitting a new high, almost 35%. US car loan applications are being rejected at the highest rate in more than a decade. And so Test Calendar's got some tips here, good tips here. Loans are given based on DTI, so that's debt to income and credit. If you have bad credit, pay off any debt and stop going into more debt. Is simpler said than done. And if the loan is even close to your max debt to income ratio, stop going into more debt. And so this is an easy way to kind of look at it. Basically, what they do is they look at how much debt revolving you have on a monthly basis. They see how much income you get in on a monthly basis. And if it's over the threshold, like if that car payment is over a certain threshold, then you are going to have a tougher time getting approved. But then Car Dealership Guy posted this: securing a loan hasn't been this easy since December of 2022. Access to auto loans pre-tariffs improved 3.1% year over year in March, thanks to increases in approval rates, subprime loan share, and down payment percentages. But the number of borrowers who owe more on their loans than their cars are worth also continues to rise. So basically, people are starting to get into worser loans. And so let's go over like the 10 tips that you need to know, 10 things that you can do to try and get your approval rates high for a Tesla vehicle. The first thing is, actually, if you go to Tesla's website, they have a pre-approval tool. It's a get qualified tool or get pre-qualified tool. It's right here on all the different vehicles. You can go ahead and click that. You can fill out your information, and it will basically try and base it upon that, whether you'll get approved or not. It actually doesn't do like a social security pool or anything. So I think it's like a super soft type of thing on here. And so before you even do that, though, of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving, which is valued at $300. But the first thing you want to do is you want to check your credit. There's plenty of free websites out there, Credit Karma, and where those places can do like a soft credit. But the one thing I would keep aware about is that, that number is usually inflated. And so once you actually do a hard pull, it could be a lot lower. The next thing is, we talked about debt to income ratio. Try and lower that before the hard inquiry gets pulled. So try and pay off credit card bills, other different things that show up on your credit report, so that you can try and do that. The next thing is, of course, is try and save for a larger down payment. The bigger the down payment, the less of the monthly payment it is. And so that way, when they look at your debt to income and the revolving payment, it could be lower. And quick side tip for all of this, all these different times that we're trying to look for Tesla deals, discounts, and everything does help, because the lower the price that you get on a vehicle, like some of these Model 3s that we keep track on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, $5,000 to $6,000 off, the lower the price is, the less financing is, the less, well, maybe even sales tax it is, different fees and things like that. And most importantly, the less loaned it is, which will increase your chances of getting approved on a Tesla vehicle. And then also that's related to that is, try and save up for a larger down payment. The more amount you put down, the better. The good amount of threshold, good gauge is like 20% or more. At these interest rates, like 5.49%, you really want the biggest amount of down payment as possible, because would you rather have a locked in 5.49% savings, or would you want to risk it in the market right now, which the market's going like super crazy, volatile and everything. And another quick tip on all of this is that leasing, you might get a better chance of getting approved than financing because it's a lower monthly payment, which then goes into the debt to income ratio and all those different things with that. And so if you are someone that is brand new to this, like this is your first Tesla, you are definitely going to want a larger down payment. And also, if this is your first auto loan period, you are 1000% going to want to have like a 20 to 30% down payment, whether you're leasing or you're financing. And so you might be wondering, like, hey, when those 0% interest rates come back, which I've got a good feeling it is going to be coming back, you are also going to need stellar credit to get that 0%. If you see that promotional offer of 0%, but you don't have good credit, Tesla is going to raise that. It's really not Tesla, it's the banks that Tesla works with, like Chase Financial, all those other different ones. They will start to raise that on you because that bank doesn't want to take as much of a risk and give you that 0%. So I wouldn't be surprised if if you don't have good credit and the promotional rate is 0% and you might get approved at 2, 3, 4%, which is still way better than 5.49%. So I guess that's another tip on top of this. Like if you're someone that you're not sure you're going to get a good deal on a Tesla or get a good approval rate, wait until that 0% financing offer comes back, because the lower the threshold there, the better chance that you'll be approved for something more respectable at like 3, 4, maybe even 5%. If it's 5.49% as the base rate, then you might get approved at like 8 to 9%, which is a no-go at this point. And that's why I really stress like maybe taking a look at some of these lease deals at like $299 a month. It is a fantastic deal, and right here with $1,000 down, and it's only a 2-year commitment. This could give you time to build that credit back up, or if it's not in a good situation, get those 6 months to 12 months of payments with the Model 3. And then that way, when you get into another one or a different vehicle, you'll have good credit and everything. The next one is avoid new debt when applying. Of course, like when you get that snapshot of that application of that hard inquiry, they will be able to see what type of debts you have, but they could ask you to do another hard inquiry again. So it might not be worth it to try and get to another one. The next one, of course, is no Tesla. If you're buying a Tesla vehicle, you don't have to go through Tesla. You can go through like credit unions and other banks. And at 5.49%, I mean, there's plenty of other banks, credit unions, and everything that we actually keep track of at our deal spreadsheet or our credit union deal buying doc in our Patreon group, where you can get access to all the different credit unions that have interest rates within like the 3 to 5% range. And so the other tip is if you get denied, you can add on a cosigner, which could be a family member within your household. And so that could be another different option as well if you're running into issues with getting applications or anything like that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly if you're prepping your credit, maybe even wait. If you got questionable credit, I mean, definitely check out the pre-qualified button on Tesla's website, and also maybe even just wait until that 0% offer, or even get a better $4,000 to $5,000 deal on a Tesla vehicle. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data, like your addresses, phone numbers, from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too. Thanks for that, everyone. Yeah, and like certainly this is one of those tools. Like, of course, with everything that's going around, I went in and tried to clear out all the different things because there's a lot of like data broker sites, and I didn't want all that information on there. And of course, I don't know about you all, but I've been getting a ton of spam calls. Like I probably get like 20 a day, and I just ignore everybody and anything. I think at this point, I don't respond to people unless like they're texting or maybe even leaving a voicemail at this point as well. But certainly very interesting. On top of that, we do have a new podcast episode that just came out. Seems like you guys like this one, and so check it out on the live stream chat.